Hey backpackers, this is Juan from Juan Backpacks. I'm here today to do a first look at the Platypus QuickDraw water filter. It's fairly new on the market. I wanted to pick one up. I'm currently using a Be-Free, which I'm very happy with, but there's some features of this product that kind of drew me to it. And that's what my first looks are all about. They're not in-depth reviews because I save that for once I have a lot of time with something in the field and I feel like I can give some valuable feedback on it, I will. So that will be coming in the future. What I'm gonna do in these first looks and what I have been doing is just give you a general overview of the features. It's not all inclusive. You can always go to the company's websites for that, but it's just the features that that I think are significant or that drew me to the product. I'll also talk about what niche the product and those features are going to hopefully fill in my backpacking kit. And then I'll also talk about concerns I have with this piece of gear moving forward as I'm testing it out. Like with any new piece of gear, you've got, some pluses you hope you're going to get out of it, but you're also aware that there may be some downsides to a piece of gear. And so I'll talk about those things in my first look videos. So let's dive into the QuickDraw. Well, when you get the box and you get the stuff, here's what you get. You get a dirty water bag that's 1 liter. You get a watertight cap for on that dirty water bag. Obviously, you can put dirty water in here to take it with you. You can filter it on the spot. You can do both. The cartridge itself is a microfiber cartridge filter, just like Sawyer, like my Be-Free, which is sitting over here. You get a cap on the outflow end, so you can drink right from a smart water bottle because it'll screw into a smart water bottle. And so it's watertight though when you close it like this. And then on the back end here, you can connect it to the dirty water bag. It's got threads for that, but it's also got inside threads where you can connect it to a smart water bottle and drink the dirty water out of your smart water bottle if you want to. So that's awesome. The other thing that it does is you can open up the top to actually look at and expose the fibers. And I'll show you that. So you can see all the fibers on the top, and that'll come into play here in a minute. But when I close it all down like this, it's watertight, and I like that. So the filter itself, I weighed it, it's 2.5 ounces on my scale. When I add in the bag, it's like 3.9, 4.0, or so it's about 4 ounces total. In comparison, my Be-Free is about 2.1 ounces on my scale. So it's gonna be an uptick in the weight for me by a couple ounces almost, but I might be gaining some features that'll be worth those couple ounces, which I'm going to kind of dive into a little bit here. So the fact that it's self-contained, I think is a big thing, because basically that means that when I'm backpacking in really cold weather where it's below freezing or it's close to freezing, or I'm sleeping overnight, I'm in my tent and I know it's going to go down in freezing or just below freezing, I can either put it into a pocket of my clothing that I'm wearing when I'm walking to keep it from freezing up, or I can put it in my sleeping bag at night and I don't have to worry about water, getting in my sleeping bag or in my clothing and making me cold. So that's a reason I like it, because once these microfiber filters freeze, they no longer do their job. And so I got to make sure it doesn't freeze. So I like that a lot about this. So cold weather is important. Back flushing. So I've always been concerned about my other filters because this one I can shake it to clear it out, but you can't back flush it. This one, the QuickDraw, you can back flush, and that's one of the features that drew me to this, because I'm always concerned when I'm around a lot of really mucky water, dirty water, that I'm going to lose flow rate to the point where it's going to be really problematic for me to be able to utilize a filter. And just the fact that I can back flush this is a huge win, I think. So in back flushing it, I would just open up normally the out end, take some clean water, take the bottle, press it against here, which makes a pretty good seal, and then you squeeze the water back through the filter and you open this up and the water back flushes. So that's just another way that in the field you can back flush it and clear out, when it gets really, really bad in terms of debris and so forth. So that's one of the things that kind of drew me to this, and one of the reasons I'm trying it out. The other thing is that you can do an in-the-field integrity test on this, meaning you can test the integrity of your filter to see if it's still working. This top here, I can take the whole top off and totally expose the fibers. And when I do that, I can actually run some water through it first so it's wet. And then the way you test the fibers is you take your bottle, and this one doesn't seal because it's not a smart water, take the bottle, connect it, and then you start squeezing air up through the filter. and you'll see bubbles forming on the top. If you see bubbles just in one area of the filter, you know the filter is not functioning properly. If you see bubbles distributed finely across the whole surface of the filter, then you know that your filter is still working properly. And so I think this is a great test to have in the field, because obviously if you sense that maybe your filter is failing, you want to have a way of testing it in the field. So you can do that with this. That was another thing that kind of drew me to this. So really it's the cold weather, it's the back flushing, and it's the integrity test that really drew me to this. Now, moving forward, some concerns that I have. Well, number one is, obviously increasing weight. I've already mentioned that. That's always, kind of a bummer to go another way, especially when you got a filter, honestly, that's really working good for me. But it's the form factor. And so this versus this, the form factor obviously is different, but I think this is a little bit bigger. So that concerns me a little bit. Where will I tuck this in my backpacking gear? The durability of this bag, it's welded around the sides, and I always am concerned about things like that. My bee-free bag is 3 years old, not even a pinhole in it. And I'm just concerned that putting pressure on the filter, squeezing water out, is going to weaken these welds and break, and only time will tell that. The other thing is maintaining flow rate. Out of the box, the bee-free definitely had a faster flow rate. My flow rate in my bee-free has slowed, I would say, significantly compared to where it was, but it's still fast. For a water filter, it's still fast. But I'm hoping with this that over time, I'll actually be able to kind of maintain a higher flow rate over a long period of time because of the back flushing ability. So that's one thing I'm hoping to do. But also, I don't want to go into a filter that's going to fail on me too. I don't anticipate that, obviously, but I'm hoping that I can keep this flow rate at least as good, if not better, than the bee-free over time. So those are just some of my concerns moving forward with the QuickDraw from Platypus. So that's a first look at the QuickDraw. If you have any experience with the QuickDraw, definitely post up below. Let me know what that experience has been, good, bad, or in between. Maybe some of the things that you've learned about the QuickDraw, that would be fantastic. So until next time, backpackers, get out there and do some backpacking, and stop watching the YouTube, man. Stop watching YouTube. Until next time, I'll see you folks on the next video. Take it easy.